Now it's Cooper, according to my screen.
Yes. All right. So
Okay, then we'll
I'm
do.
Cat, and then we'll do alphabetical. All right. My name is Cat Pirate.
uh, I guess I go next.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Cooper.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Hi, I'm Grumple.
Hi, I'm Modix.
We're keeping that whole thing in.
Not to
I
worry,
think we
we're
should.
still flying half a podcast.
You don't fly podcasts. You just talk and hope something comes of it.
Yes.
That was like the perfect intro.
And this is why we're called the Inefficient Podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Because
and
no
the-
matter what road we take or which path we follow, we somehow still end up confused why we haven't reached our target.
Yes.
That's like a perfect segue, I think, to like why were we so inefficient on our first podcast?
Yeah. So I told everyone in the call, hey, why don't we start the podcast on Monday at
Yeah,
like
2 days
11?
ago.
Yeah, 2 days
Mhm.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sleep until 2. So off to a great start already. That JonTron meme. And then we just did about an hour of setting up and everything, which is fine. But we're finally here.
Yeah, and then what
It's
was the
not
other?
like-
What was the reason why we couldn't do Monday though? I think Cooper has something.
Yeah, he had
Yeah,
work and
No,
I had
everybody
work.
had something.
Yeah.
Not me. I was the only one available.
You said you had a migraine or something.
I did, but I was.
You-
It was earlier in the day.
You had a migraine. Monix had a headache, and I had my shoulder
I had one hell of
dislocated.
it.
I've
Yeah,
got a rock.
so-
I've
we were
got
very
an apple.
efficiently inefficient.
Yes. That's fine. The whole
Well-
world is.
Yeah. It's a great
Very-
quote from Grumple. Efficiently inefficient. Which is
Yes.
like...
Hey, that could be your next shirt.
Yeah.
Inefficient. Yeah,
We
sleep
got
is
the sleep is
inefficient.
inefficient.
Efficient
Coming-
is inefficient.
Coming from the guy who slept until 2.
I stay
Yeah.
up till like 4 a.m. every night.
Playing Hoi 4.
Yes, like, achievement
Oi.
grinding.
Hoi, hoi, hoi.
Achievement grinding.
That's like a true gamer.
Modix is doing the same thing just with Halo.
Well, yes and no. I mean, it's been like 10 days,
He's
I think,
sleeping
since
while playing
Wait
Halo.
a second.
No, Modix is
I'm
trying to
gonna
get all
check
the
it right now.
achievements.
When did I get my last achievement on the MCC? It
Yeah.
was 2 days ago.
They keep adding in more achievements, so he just keeps having more and more of a hill to
Then-
climb.
They keep adding in the games.
Yes.
The achievements are already there. I can already see what is going to be the achievements for like Halo
Oh,
3,
interesting.
4,
So-
and Halo 3 ODST.
No, I thought it'd start out at like 200 achievements, and then they kept adding on and on to it. But
No,
guess Steam
it was
doesn't-
700 from the beginning.
oh, okay. I didn't check.
Yeah, now I'm at 262.
Research.
Yeah. I mean, you haven't played the thing like I would
Because it
say
doesn't
at all.
like to work.
Yeah, that sucks.
All I hear is bragging. I got this achievement. Brag. I got this.
I have Microsoft's own Game Pass on Windows for Microsoft, and the game does not want to install.
Welcome to 2020.
Yes.
Where
Even
nothing
Microsoft
works.
is being,
The future of
even
gaming.
Microsoft is being inefficient here. Even Microsoft.
Gaming.
See, they follow us. Keep that in mind for the future. Microsoft follows our podcast.
Yeah, of course, they're copying us.
Yes.
Well, we kind of already touched on it a little bit, but like we could probably just actually talk about like the origin of the name of the podcast. Obviously, our listeners are getting an understanding of why it's called the Inefficient
Yes.
Podcast.
I think they already do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of them
but
probably
let's give
already
them
do.
why don't you give us the origin of the whole inefficiency meme?
Well, we had a meme. We were playing Minecraft on the sub server a couple months ago, and the whole there's already the meme about Germans being all about efficiency, and everything. And I'm like, I see Modix has been playing, and it's like 4 a.m. for him. I'm like, why are you playing Minecraft at like 4 a.m., dude? And he's like, sleep is inefficient. So then that spiraled off. That's become a whole meme for the channel and everything now. And
It
so
became so much of a meme that Catfire decided to make a shirt out of
yes,
it.
Yeah.
I made a shirt.
Shameless plug.
I still need to get this one.
Okami designed the shirt.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, outsourcing everything.
Yes. Outsourcing everything. That's what we've been doing now.
I'm wearing this shirt right now.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, as well
You
as
get the same
bling.
color?
Yeah, I got a black one.
He got a black one. I've got the blue one just because blue is my favorite color. The dark
Oh, really?
blue. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Learn something every day.
I've got a
Cat's
voiceover
favorite
Pete
color.
shirt somewhere in here, but
I do too, somewhere.
yeah.
Somewhere amongst all
And
this
a
other
and a
mess.
Captain Sparkle shirt and a whole bunch of other things.
Ah, nice.
Yes.
I almost
Well, I
got
guess.
a hat.
Well, if you guys are done bragging with your how much I buy merch, because apparently I don't. I haven't bought anything yet. I should have already gotten something by now. I
Grumble.
watch so many channels, but no.
Same. I haven't bought
Same.
much ever from
Good.
anybody.
All right, so it's 50-50 split. You know, some people spend a ton of money, other people spend no money on merch.
Yeah.
I don't spend a ton of money.
Well, how much merch do you have? I will
I said
will
I
tell you
almost-
if it's a ton.
I said I almost got a Captain Sparkles hat. I didn't get one though. I just
Oh.
have Pete's shirt and this shirt.
Somewhere in my
alright.
room is a Creeper All Man shirt.
Mega fan.
And I have a Def Leppard shirt, and I have a my shirt, and then Pete's shirt, and then I think that's it.
I have a Carhartt shirt.
Oh,
sponsored.
and a
No,
General
just-
Sam shirt.
Now, if you count jerseys,
So to anybody now listening, now you know their wardrobe.
Yes.
yes.
What's Modix wardrobe? He
Uh,
has no wardrobe.
I think
why.
you're confusing it with
There's a-
France.
With what?
With France.
With France.
Oh,
no, they're not like that.
France, no underpants.
Yeah. Draw me like one of your French girls, that whole meme.
God damn
Oh
it.
dear. Well, I guess that kind of goes into the next question we wanted to cover. How does inefficiency, it is going to be a question to everybody. It's going to be one for Kat, one for Cooper, one for Modix, one for myself. How does inefficiency play a part in your life? And what does inefficiency mean for you? Start with
So
Kat.
Sleep.
Sleep. Sleep.
My sleep schedule is the most wacky thing. I work evening shift from like 3 o'clock to like 10 o'clock every night. And so I'm just jacked up on caffeine after work, so I just stay up and play video games until I fall asleep at 3 or 4 or 5 a.m.
Sounds pretty inefficient to me.
Yes.
What about you, Cooper?
I mean, I also have a pretty whacked up sleep schedule, but
No, you
as-
can't use the same one. No,
I was
no,
saying
no.
it's
That's
not as
Kat's
bad as
thing,
Kat.
That's Kat's thing. Give us a different one, please. The viewers, the listeners want to know.
Okay.
Put him on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for that. I'm really inefficient with money.
I believe it. I think
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Okay.
I've heard that rumor floating around.
I can relate.
I mean,
Oh.
yeah.
Those $1,200 gone.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I didn't get a stimulus check,
Oh.
so I'm just bad with my money.
I
I've
didn't.
worked for.
Yeah, I didn't get one either.
Yeah,
Okay.
same. Because
Yeah.
yeah,
Government does not like you.
no, government has actually okay. Corona.
Grumble,
That's,
did you get one?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, I did.
I didn't-
stonks.
what did you spend it on?
Taxes. It
Oh,
went
ironic.
straight back to the government.
Yeah.
From whence it came.
Exactly. Oh, thank you. Well, here you go. You can have it back now.
You've been served.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, do
All
you
right,
want to
and
go
then
next?
so yeah,
Or
you
should
want me to
I?
go next, or they were
Yeah.
asking each
I
other
don't
the
know.
same question?
I don't know. I should probably let you go next because just to show off my sort of
Oh,
inefficiency.
oh, okay. Mine's actually not special at all. I'd have to say that I am a person who likes to relax because sometimes I don't get it enough, and so I really just like to sit back and watch TV. Like that's my thing. Like being as inefficient as possible. Any moment that I can, just veg out on the couch. That is probably my source of inefficiency, which is not as special as everybody else's, but I
Yeah.
am a little bit addicted to that. I like really look forward to it.
Indeed.
That wasn't special. Now it's
Yeah,
the German time.
my sort of inefficiency, I guess, is sort of procrastination, waiting until the very last moment to do something.
Oh wait, that
Oh,
might be mine too.
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
always
crap.
done
As
that.
well as watching Cat Pirate stream at like up to 5 a.m.
Yeah.
for me.
Wait, you streamed? Oh wait, yeah, I was like, he's streaming
Because of the
until
time,
5
it's like
a.m.
seven.
No.
It's
But
like
for
7 hours time difference.
Yeah.
So
Berlin to EST is 7 hours ahead. So it's
Yeah.
currently 8:15 for him.
Oh,
it's
yeah. Evening podcast.
7:15 actually.
Then 6 hours. Oh, then I guess
Oh,
you're
You
not
tell him,
Berlin.
Modix. You tell him.
Yeah.
Represent.
I guess
Well,
I
then
guess
that's
you're
not nearly
Berlin
as
time.
bad.
Just 1 hour. It's still a
Yeah.
quarter of a day.
True.
It's not like that. It's still some time.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the next one that we're probably going to be talking about is more about a worldwide inefficiency. You want to look at it that
the
way?
world is on fire right now.
Yeah. So apparently everybody's immune system is inefficient.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a lot of other inefficient uses of preventing those the corona. You may have heard it. The coronavirus, the COVID-19. Some people
Demonetized.
may have heard.
No, that was-
heard it going around. But I was thinking we could probably go and like talk about nice.
There we go. My internet was dying, so I rejoined.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm glad to
So I
be.
was thinking we could probably like go around again and just give little funny stories of Corona stuff that we have seen. I mean, I've seen a couple. I have a feeling we've all seen a couple little silly things when it comes to Corona. And then of course we can hear about Germany. We can hear
Yes.
how Germany's handling Corona, and because I have no clue.
Based off
There's
the
no
numbers, I
proof of
want to guess pretty well.
Yeah,
But-
last time I checked, I think it was like 170,000 people somehow infected, and like 30,000 really remained infected for the moment.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And like 135,000 cured or something.
No,
Cured
I
or
think it's
just
cured.
over.
Okay. I think you guys only
Yeah,
have like
it
2,000 or
cured is
3,000
well.
deaths.
We should say died from it, not were killed
Yeah.
because of it, because that changes the entire meaning.
I just realized it.
Germany has a bad rap already for some things.
We aren't talking about World War II, so
We're talking about
It was another time.
this is a
It was another
conspiracy. This is a
place.
virus that came from China.
But yeah, so
I don't know.
cat-
It seems like this is just all intended to mark like the status of like the anti-corona politics of the U.S. Because when you compare it Germany to U.S., I think we're far better
Well, a big part
doing.
of it, a part of it is the fact that our medical system is not set up for this, which we've learned. We don't have isolation units like nursing homes. Like people share rooms commonly in nursing homes. People don't have private rooms unless you're in like a super fancy, expensive one, which is
Also,
fine.
in New York, you can go to a nursing home
Yeah.
if you have corona, and
Which
they
is
can't say
fine
no.
until which is
I heard
fine
about that.
until um until you get a virus involved and there's no isolation unit in the nursing home. So these 80 to 90-year-old people, one of them gets sick, then at least another person's going to get sick from it, basically.
Yeah, and like Cooper said, though, they're putting random people inside the nursing homes. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we're old, we're delicate, we don't want to get corona. Well, let's throw some corona at you. It's like,
Basically.
no,
I
no.
mean, for the
Well,
most
I'm actually curious how Germany is. Like, what
yeah.
did Germany do differently, I guess, than the U.S.?
Yeah.
I think in
What is your
Germany,
secret?
well, mostly, well, you have, first of all, we have less big cities, so spreading,
Oh.
I believe, is not that much. I'm not the best on the topic because well, here in my region, like my town, there's currently no more cases. I
Oh,
think
nice.
there were, I think, 2 confirmed ones and like 14 suspected ones, but that number has on both of those gone down to 0. Um, so yeah, just everybody, technically, like most people, just, well, in public areas like stores, they just wear their masks and, well, it was suggested that like distancing from each other like 2 meters apart, which is like equivalent of
6
like
feet.
6.5 foot or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's same in America.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got
and
6 feet. I think that
yeah,
might be
and
the key. That
if you
half
don't do
foot.
that, or just, I don't know, cough on people, they will probably throw you out the store. But I haven't seen that happening.
Wait, so there wasn't any quarantine or anything happening in
No,
Germany?
it was suggested people stay home, and stuff like that.
So it wasn't like
So
enforced. It wasn't like
no,
you
it was
better
like
go back home.
you work from home. Just do your work from home if you can, and
Yeah.
well, it's
A,
more
su-
complicated, and
a,
I'm not
s-
like
a
professor on
suggestion,
the
a
topic,
suggestion,
so
and not an order. Like not a you have to stay home or you will get arrested thing. It's just like the government saying, hey,
Hmm.
maybe you guys should,
no, it's no lockdown.
yeah,
Oh, so
not
pretty
like
much Germany had common sense. It's like
yeah,
maybe we should wash our hands. Maybe we, should not sneeze on people. Maybe we should wear a mask.
Yeah,
These strange things. They sound good.
yeah, buying massive amounts of in bulk like toilet paper. I think they really fast just limit it to like 2 packs per person.
yeah. That didn't
No, there
happen
was
in
no toilet
America.
paper here for a long time.
Uh,
There's barely toilet paper around here for some reason.
we've
The
got a bit
toilet
of
paper rates continue.
yeah
Yes.
for like a month or two. I think around 2 months. I went to the store and there was no toilet paper, but we now have some. Like the
Yeah,
store,
some.
yeah. I
You
mean,
went 2 months without toilet paper?
in the stores,
We
yeah.
know in the stores, yeah. No, we have a bunch of crappy one ply.
Jesus.
The
What
funny
happened
thing,
here was, go ahead.
the funny thing is that where I am, the one ply and everything was sold out. What they didn't have sold out was the fancy Charmin, like the continent, like the really expensive toilet paper, like expensive compared to all the rest.
Hmm.
And so I'm just like,
20 bucks
well,
per
this is a
roll.
win-win. I get the fancy toilet paper and I get toilet paper.
Yeah, we were
Thanks.
actually it was all very coincidental, because it's like, what was it? So we got our toilet paper package right from Sam's, and we were like, you know what, let's maybe get a second one this time. Let's just so we don't have to get it anytime soon. And then right after that, the whole Corona thing happened. Everybody bought up the TP like it was like candy, and we went through our toilet paper just little by little, but it just lasted the perfect amount, because if we hadn't bought that second one, we would have been so screwed.
Yeah.
You're only allowed to take little shits.
Yes.
You have to buy a bidet.
You know, that was apparently the thing going around the news and all the, everybody should just switch over to bidets.
I
That's the
mean,
way.
we
It's the
really
future.
should because they're much better for the environment. Instead of
But
throwing out
America.
paper,
But
it's
America.
just water. I mean, true.
Yeah, but America.
But America, man.
Now, the really but
So much
America
for common
thing,
sense.
the first thing that I did was I didn't go for toilet paper. I went for canned food. I went for canned food and like cat litter and stuff because all anyone was
Mhm.
concerned about in the beginning was toilet paper. That's
And
all that
Lysol.
was sold.
Clorox
Toilet
wipes.
paper
Yeah.
and Lysol. I didn't get enough Lysol. I still think we don't have any Lysol in the house.
I literally was about to go shopping for Lysol
Yeah.
the day before. I was like, I'm gonna go. What, Corona?
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. We ran out like right when this started, and I've not been able to get more.
Yikes.
Yeah, still
Yeah.
same here.
What I've really noticed, what I've really noticed though is there's less of a toilet paper shortage now. The main thing that I've seen a shortage of is ironically computer parts and stuff, because
Power
everyone
supplies.
everyone got their stimulus check, and instead of being like, hey, I'm gonna save this, or hey, I'm gonna pay for like rent or something, nah, they're gonna
Exactly.
go and buy computer parts.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what the stimulus check is for. It's to stimulate the economy, not to save.
To simulate graphics on your PC.
Stimulate
It's
the
funny
graphics.
because all this stuff that you would think, I mean, like it makes sense. Like for example, at the time I was like when Corona first started, I was looking into the Nintendo Switch,
Mhm.
and it was just sold out. I was like, hey, you know what? Maybe who knows? You know, Animal
Yeah.
Crossing. Yeah, let me take a look at it, and then they're all sold out. And so and I started looking at other things, and anything related to either gaming or streaming, like webcams. Elgato's got sold out for a little bit. It's like everybody all of a sudden became a streamer, which they kind of did because they're in Zoom calls, right? So everybody's
Gamers,
technically a streamer
gamers
now.
rise up.
Yeah.
Gamers, right?
Unprepared
Actually,
for
I
this.
have an extra power supply with me, so I don't have to.
Yeah.
You're prepared if you're.
I have a. I'm prepared. Yeah, it's got ketchup and mustard cables, but it's a power supply.
I've
Ketchup and mustard cables. That literal ketchup and mustard.
no, it's when you buy a cheap power supply, like the fancy ones, like the one that it's probably in your computer is it has like a black sleeving on it.
Mhm.
That makes it
does. I'm looking.
fancy and, you know, it makes your aesthetic clean. Whereas
See,
the cheaper
the one-
ones don't have that, and they just have bare like wire. You see bare wires.
Oh yeah. I think I've seen those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's got
I get it.
both the black sleeve and the actual cables are black
Yeah.
on the one in my case, but my extra one here has ketchup and mustard cables
I've
and
got a-
clear sleeving on it so you can see it under the sleeving.
Rust-Oleum black paint. Problem fixed. Just
Power-
like Charlie
Buying
Buck,
power supplies.
Are
Just,
you the narrator, Grumple?
yes.
the narrator.
Power supplies the past like year has just been a pain to get because we had the trade war going on, which hiked up costs, and now we have Corona, which is hiking up costs. I was
Lost
fortunate enough
German.
to buy. Yes, I was fortunate enough to buy a
Yeah, I was kind of happy when I bought
Yeah.
my new power supply for my PC, like in January.
normally.
You know what was lacking actually?
What?
Speaking of things that were lacking during the Cooper with his power supply.
Yeah.
I
you
could
can
not
barely
get
see.
tomatoes. I could not get tomatoes when I first started, or
Cooper, your
cucumbers.
light levels are worse than in a goddamn DC movie.
I'm sorry.
Turn the
Epic
light
mode
on.
activated.
What am I supposed to do? Open a window?
Yes.
Gamers don't open up windows. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
To which Cat's like, oh.
I stand by a window every day
Yeah,
for my
I just
job.
realized my double standards there because I myself haven't turned the light on.
Yeah.
Cat's the only one that's actually getting vitamin D right now.
Photosynthesis.
Cat Pirate has officially become a plant.
Yes. the
Yeah,
plants
it's your
pirate.
sound of absorbing photosynthesizing.
Yo,
Yes.
I wish I could
Produce
photosynthesize
this
instead
air
of
for his
sleep.
cats.
Mm-hmm.
Cats.
They're out
Meow.
there.
So, do we have any silly stories that we've seen, whether it's on the news, a video about Corona specifically? We kind of like
Just-
talked about how like
Just
it
Americans in
impacted us.
general. Just
Give
Bro,
us one.
so many people don't wear masks right.
the people that I've seen that don't wear masks are the people that need them the most. In my area.
No, I mean the ones that don't wear them right, like that just cover their mouth with it.
Oh yeah, the
Mhm.
thumbnail you can see in the thumbnail of the
No.
podcast,
Not
the Harrison
the
Ford.
but the opposite of that, where they just cover the mouth and not the nose.
It's so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that actually do that. No, my big thing is I see people that are like on oxygen, like in drive-through, and I'm like,
Mm.
what the hell are you doing? You are
Don't
literally
leave your house.
if
You're
you
Getting that
leaving your house
chicken.
to get KFC.
you're leaving your house in period because you are literally if you get it, your chance of survival is zero because you're not only elderly, so you have a weak immune system. You are on
Mhm.
oxygen. This is a respiratory like
Yo,
illness.
I know one guy
Plus, you
that
will never
shops at
financially
Auto-
recover from it.
he
Yeah.
shops at AutoZone regularly. His name is Tree. And he has
Not
oxygen.
Trey, it's
I am
Tree.
Groot.
And for someone on oxygen, he can talk like nonstop without breathing for 5 minutes.
Well, I think because maybe part of that's because we're having trouble breathing because the Earth is turning into planet Spaceball, and so we're gonna start selling cans of just oxygen.
Yes.
Oh, man.
But yeah,
Yeah,
he'll
but-
call and then you'll be on the phone with him for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I have been on the phone with him for 30 minutes.
Tree.
Yes, Tree.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is he
That's
at least a
interesting
nice
one.
person?
He's nice, but not really.
It's kind of sad because our workplace until a week ago like did not require people to wear masks. It wasn't until
yeah,
literally
that was
That's-
another thing.
That's
Yeah.
just shitty.
like it was suggested, but it wasn't a requirement. You are required to wear a mask when you're at the drive-through or like serving customers.
Yeah, that's the thing that they sort of instigated really quickly in Germany. If you want to go to like public places, you have to fucking wear a mask.
Or they won't let you in,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, and they have all
Yeah.
the rights to throw you out if you don't go in with a mask.
See, that's actually a good way to do it.
that-
Don't like get angry at the people. Don't like imprison them as like throw them in jail. It's like, oh, you're breaking the law. No, just don't let them in the stores.
Yeah.
They'll be bored in the street. They'll wear a mask if they wanna
America
go
really
play.
has not had any of that.
Grapple. Here, I would like to add that it seems like German laws are in some ways not as extreme to like American laws.
Oh, okay. So I
Because,
actually
like
was
it,
talking
it
about
feels
this.
like in America, if something happens, you instantly call the cops on them, and like
Okay, so I was actually talking
They
about
get
this with
arrested
Except
George.
for where they're
Shit.
defunding the police, which, but that's not this episode.
We can talk about.
So
we
my
can talk
theory
about that.
on
it's
that
entirely
Modix
different.
is that the U.S. is sort of based on rebellion. If you think about it, right? So it's like we all have this rebellious nature. It's America, right? So America rebelled from England, Britain, whatever, and so
I know.
we get like history, right? We
Yeah.
have this tendency. I'm not saying me specifically, but Americans that if you tell them to do something, they'll be like, why? I'm free.
We don't listen to the government.
Like, "But this is for your benefit, sir. This is for you. Why? Because it's free. Why? Oh my God. Never mind.
Because you save lives by staying home, but it limits my freedom.
Exactly.
Freedom.
Why did I sound Indian there?
I don't know.
A German Indian.
I mean, such people exist.
Yeah, it's
I think-
weird.
I think
It's weird that I haven't seen anything in the news about a lot of protests happening in Germany about this.
No, people are like, hey, it's really gone down, so can we sort of go back to normal slowly?
I think that's why it's
Well,
not
they're trying
as
to do it because, according to Google, just stats right now. It says that there are 15,000 cases in Germany.
15,000?
Yeah, there were 106,
Like
86,000 confirmed
current
one.
cases.
There are, well, people that are over Corona, 171,000.
Well, I have this story that kind of like summarizes like what I've been seeing with Corona. It kind of like shows you the difference. Maybe I mean, obviously this happens everywhere, but like I was watching the news the other day, and I think Kat and Cooper, I told them this story, so I'm gonna tell Modix. So I was watching
Do
news the
it.
other day. Do it. And so it was this whole supposed to be this loving the news thing about how the father meets his daughter again, blah blah blah. So pretty much the context is that the father had to travel to like Baltimore or something to get his daughter, who's like 5 years old, or yeah, something like 5 years old, to get a heart surgery
Oh,
because she will die if she does not get heart surgery. Okay. Well, the
my
guy comes
God.
back. He's over there. Yeah, she for some reason that happened. So he comes back. She's over there for a week, and then so he has to go and meet her at the airport. You know, the filthy, dirty airport. To me, it's just a Corona place right now, as I said. Corona cesspool. Like, stay away from everything. But anyways, it's fine, understandable. She has
Almost
to
sounded
travel
like
in a
Batman
plane,
there.
huh?
You almost sounded like Batman there. Stay away from everything.
Everything is evil.
Martha!
I'll
Sorry.
send everything to Arkham. I will send everything, all the viruses,
All of them?
all of them, even the good ones. But anyway, so the daughter
Okay,
comes.
back to the topic of inefficiency.
Back to the
That's
topic.
my...
So anyways, the daughter comes back. Obviously she has to travel back in an airplane. Fine, I'm thinking, okay, at least they're probably prepared, they're wiping, etc. The father comes to greet the daughter, and he's wearing a mask, and the little girl is wearing a mask, and he's wearing cute little pink backpack, and it's like, oh, it's just such a loving moment. And so the father, though, in this loving moment of like, my daughter who is alive, and I love you so much, he's like, oh, you are so beautiful, I have missed you so much, and he's like taking her mask off her face as he's saying that to show her beautiful I'm like, what are you doing, what are you doing? And then he's like touching her cheeks in a loving manner. I'm like, no, this child just got heart surgery. She's 5 years old. You're in the middle of an airport, and I'm freaking out, yelling at the TV because this is happening. And I'm like, you're going to kill her. And so, anyways, it keeps going forward. She puts on her mask again. I'm still kind of freaked out about that. Then they get to the car, and she's touching the whole car with her hand, as children do, right? So it's not her fault. And the father is fine with it. And then they take off her mask again, and she's touching her face with her hands. I'm like, God. And so they're showing this, and the narration is like this loving moment between father and daughter, and the whole time I'm just freaking out, like, oh my God. And that to me is the what I have been seeing when it comes to people's usage of masks and the experience of Corona. There's just a lot of that going on, where if you actually pay attention and you're concerned about like an older gentleman or something, or lady with like a oxygen mask, and then you see these things happen of like, oh my God, you're going to die, what are you doing, what are you doing? And so that's just a consistent state of my current life in Corona, and what I think most Americans are experiencing.
A lot of my
Right.
people, a lot of my people at work have been complaining about having to wear the mask. It's like, oh, it's itchy and it's kind of hard to breathe. And some of them, like, I don't know.
Would you like
I
to
guess
not breathe
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
lung damage?
Well, I mean, like,
Want to
I-
explode?
my first response to them is usually something like, I don't know. I guess my family's German, so I guess we're just used to wearing masks.
Oh,
We're used to
Oh,
wearing
dear.
gas masks.
Jesus!
God.
See, what I don't
can
know
already
is
smell the mustard.
I mean, by the
it's
yeah.
I think it's mostly because our country is like, so most countries just have one central government, whereas we have like a million governments fighting each other, which is why we have 2 million of the 7 million cases in the world.
Yeah.
We have almost more deaths than Germany has had people infected ever.
Yeah, we have 115,000 deaths,
Which is
900 of which are from North Carolina,
here's the
Really?
thing.
where I live. Yeah.
My older brother told me that the U.S. is very close to sort of reaching going over the death count of their soldiers in World War One, which was I
Yeah.
believe like 116,000
Yeah.
to like 120,000.
Yeah.
Like you're very close to going over that.
I mean, most American
Limit.
casualties caused in American wars have been from disease.
Wait.
America
here's-
will never learn.
I'm not even like the Civil War. Most of the casualties were from like disease and overexposure
Yeah,
and everything.
it's not why they died. It's about like the casualties and overall like Civil
does
War. How many
Virginia-
was that? 600,000?
Something like that. Yeah.
Virginia has a lot of cases for.
Yeah.
You have like over 50,000 cases.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jesus.
That's
There's
why.
a lot of people that's like, let's have a Corona party. You know that was happening, right? Corona parties. You know that was actually happening.
How
I heard
fucking
about
I
it.
don't.
Are people?
If it would make sense if we knew more about the way it worked, because then
Well, the thing is, people were like going like chicken pox. You know, chicken pox.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let's put our children together. Yeah.
that makes sense. That honestly makes sense because, I mean, I believe there's a vaccine for it, right? I'm not just being.
Chickenpox?
Yeah.
Well, you get it.
The
and
vaccine
then
is you
you're-
get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like that. You get it, and then you're immune.
Well,
but if you get it
chickenpox-
again, you die.
It was a good idea until we learned about shingles, but like that's the thing is that we don't know enough about corona. I read something a couple weeks ago that said that people have gotten second cases of corona, which means that your coronavirus party theory does not work. Because
Well, actually, so yeah, there's a lot to that. I mean, it's either that, or a lot of people they were saying, "Oh yeah, I got corona," but it could have been the flu, it could have been allergies, it could have been a cold. Like, do you actually have corona? And then the first time, and then you actually get
Yeah.
tested later, then you have corona. So did you have corona the first time, or did you get corona twice somehow? So
Yeah,
I think there's
I think-
some variables in there.
the thing that I think that's really helped countries like Germany is that because the American healthcare system is set up in a really bad way. Germany.
Oh,
from-
I saw that rant
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
Because every president decides we're having a new healthcare system.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the way that the equipment and logistics of our healthcare system to test people for it. You can't just send it to your local hospital. You have to send it to a lab somewhere in America. Whereas in Germany or a lot of European nations, they have that equipment to test that right there in every single hospital already, like before the virus outbreak even started. They have all that in basically every hospital.
Yeah, I was
Because-
talking with someone like yesterday, where it's like, so not to rag on the government or anything, but if you have the government do something, it tends to, kind of like government jobs, it tends to take a bit. It just does because I guess the way it was expressed in the conversation I had was lack of motivation because that
They're
happened
paid
with
by the hour.
Mhm.
Yeah, so like it happened with the corona testing where the government's like, it's going to take this long to even get testing, but then they all of a sudden open it up to like companies that are run by money pretty much, and they got it ready within like a week or something. So it's like this if the government's kind of involved, it'll take longer, but you know what, let's open it up to capitalism and it'll just get done a little bit quicker.
Yes, we need to open everything up to capitalism.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll
I
go
don't know
well.
about everything.
I trolled one of my friends the other day. One of my coworkers is taking like a personal finance class, and she was learning about financial freedom. Like, oh, I have a video to help you out, and it was the theory of Marxism, because
Nice.
I really hope that she thought that was a joke and I was not being serious, because I really hope.
Maybe you should make sure.
Send her a link to this podcast, then
Yeah.
then they'll really know. Like, not that I want you to listen to
This
this.
is I mean, it's
but-
technically financial freedom, but I don't think that's what they're trying to get you to learn.
It's a different kind
Yes.
of results.
In America, we are pro-bourgeoisie. In Marxism, we are anti-bourgeoisie.
You say bourgeois?
Bourgeoisie.
Bourgeois.
I have no idea what that is.
That's
I'll
the
nod.
Alaska has 10 deaths.
He's looking at grass right now.
yeah. Thanks, Sarah Palin. You know, somehow she's involved in this.
Yeah, I know there was some countries that they were like super strict on the preventing people from coming into the countries.
Italy.
I forget which one. It was like a Central American country. I think it was like El Salvador or something. But the guy, as soon as he started, like the head guy, like their equivalent to a president, as soon as he started hearing about this corona stuff, is like, okay, we're locking down, hardcore lockdown. Nobody leaves your houses. And what was it? Oh yeah, if you come into the country, you literally have to stay in a military base for 30 days to make sure that you don't have corona. He put all these things into place because he was like, ain't no way corona get in this country. He was actually able to fend off the corona in that way for a bit. Then finally, though, eventually, even though he took all those precautions, it started kind of like coming in a little bit, and then finally they had like 100 people in their whole country, which isn't bad, I guess, in a way, right? But yeah, there's some people, some countries, they were like extra crazy about it. But then there was like, I hear Switzerland apparently just did something similar to Germany, where it's like, you know what, everybody just wash your hands, you know, stay apart. Everybody goes to school. Schools are still open. Everything.
Everybody
And
have common sense.
Yes, everybody please have common sense.
I mean, like the masks. Like everybody,
Yeah.
probably like everybody here understands. Like it may be annoying to wear them, but it's for your own health and the health.
Well, we here in
others.
America, so I think people started wearing the masks, and then they said, no, don't wear masks. They're useless unless you wear this special mask.
Yeah.
And then, because everybody started buying the mask. And then recently, now they're saying, oh, by the way, you should be wearing a mask because it'll help. It won't be 100%, but it could help.
That's the thing. It's not. These masks are not going to be 100%.
They also they don't do anything after 15 minutes when, like, you know.
Well,
when you take it off.
No, like in
Oh, that's
15
right.
minutes, like more air gets through and it starts to do less the longer you wear it.
The disposable ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my dog just had a hairball. And that's how we end the podcast. No, I'm kidding.
No.
We've
yeah,
been
kind of.
recording for like an hour and a half.
No.
What?
Has it
We've
been?
only
No.
been recording for about 40 minutes.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
we've been on a call for an hour. and a half.
We've been on a
Yes,
call
we've
for
been on
an
a
hour
call
and
for an hour and a half because we have been so inefficient that we sort of did like the entire podcast thing by so much time
It's fine.
because
Yeah.
jokes. I
Just
guess.
got it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because the second that they started doing the reopening, which is not a good idea in my opinion, but okay. The people immediately assumed, oh, they're reopening. That means the virus is gone.
No.
Because I've had people who are I've had people, like, more people are coming in without masks and everything. It's like that mentality of everyone thinks the virus is gone because we're reopening.
Corona
I mean,
is no more.
reopening. If you take the German and the Swiss way of handling it, it kind of makes sense to like, well, just be normal, be common sense person, right? Don't just randomly lick lampposts and pass it on that way. Please do not.
You should do that in general.
Yes.
Well, America doesn't have common sense, which is part of the problem. See, the thing with America, it would have worked if the whole idea behind that, I believe, is you close it down for a bit to get the cases under control and like stop the growing of cases
The
dramatically.
curve of the
Like yeah,
whatever
stop
that was,
slow the
yeah.
curve, and then wait for everyone to be able to prepare themselves. Like everyone distribute masks to everyone because there was a shortage of masks in the beginning, and like get everything set up for this virus, get social distancing things in place, make have these businesses get ready and everything. But in America, that hasn't really happened because people are still not wearing masks, and
Thanks,
like
Karen.
yeah,
Well, also we have a free-for-all society. It feels
we
like
do.
where because that's why we ran out of toilet paper so fast. Because people are like, you know what? No one can have toilet paper except me.
Gibbs. It's like the ultimate
Duh.
evil
I
Gibbs.
think Japan actually. So a lot of places obviously are having shortages of stuff, but I think Japan itself had not a good reason, but kind of an interesting reason. Japan, I think there was a fake tweet going around talking about something like they weren't going to be making toilet paper. Oh no, they were going to turn toilet paper into masks or something like
Ah.
that. And so that freaked out everybody. And then they start buying all the toilet paper. Oh my god, I need me the toilet paper because I poop. Right? So but then the was it the government or the warehouses or whatever shows pictures like, okay, everybody calm down, we have toilet paper, and there's this guy just pointing at his warehouse with like a billion boxes of toilet paper. We're okay. We're not turning them into
Like
masks.
the end
They're
of the
only for
Lost
wiping your
Raiders where
butt, not your face.
they have the big warehouse with like the Covenant of the Ark in it, and it's just full of toilet paper.
That's pretty much yes. That's pretty much what it was. Exactly.
That would be like the heaven of Karens.
It's just crazy.
Karens are what ruined all of the coronavirus
I mean,
for
I'm
America.
fine with
Karens
social.
ruined America.
I'm fine with social distancing and everything. I just
Yeah.
want PC parts to come back.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm actually so I'm fine. I can live the hermit life. I'm fine with the hermit life, and especially nowadays we got delivery and stuff. Things come to your door.
Or
It's great.
DiGiorno.
The shortage, huh?
Or DiGiorno.
Or DiGiorno. DiGiorno.
I mentioned.
So I mean, it's fine for me. I mean, I know some people are like having an issue. Like there was a lady or something that shot at a tower, a 5G tower or something.
Yeah.
And there's people not.
One of my
Not-
coworkers is one of those people.
Oh god, they're not doing well in the quarantining or staying home. Like I think it's a lot of it's just they can't find something to do. And I've always been able to find something to do. I can do stuff. I can entertain myself. I'm fine. I'm fine with just TV.
It's
Gamers
like, yes,
rise up.
we have gaming computers. We have things to do all day.
Yeah, but then there's like the people that are kind of like just they really need to go out. You know, it's, like for example, what was it? It was in California or Florida, one of those places where people go to the beaches and then they party and everything. Well,
I bet it was Florida.
You bet what?
I bet it was Florida.
Probably.
Yeah.
So
Florida
people
men
were like
reached
needed
quarantine.
to go have their corona parties while it's happening, and then they're like, no, go back up. They closed all the party places pretty much, and so everybody needs to socialize, but like not even like normal socializing. It's more like extreme socializing. So you can imagine letting these people out all of a sudden. Like, okay, we're starting to reopen things. And so all the crazies that have been going a little bit crazy, now they're out in the street and they're like, yes, we're free.
And they'll find the smallest reason to loot a Target.
Yeah. Or
Oh,
AutoZone.
Jesus Christ.
No, they burned the AutoZone.
Oh, that's right. So
It's
that's
a perfect mix.
You guys know how much the merchandise in an AutoZone that size is? Like how much it's worth?
a lot.
One car part is hundreds of dollars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
There's about $7 to $10 million in that in the AutoZone that they burned down because that was a hub store.
I mean, just in general, there's a couple million in there because car parts, like AutoZone, basically just has one of every part, right, for like every car.
Not all of them like in the
Well,
same
most, like
most. Yeah.
most
Mar-
part, like common car parts for most cars. So
Uh,
it's
yeah.
all specialty equipment.
We have about 2 to 3 million in the store that I work at,
Yeah,
which is a small store.
yeah.
It's crazy, yo.
Jesus.
It's
This entire looting thing. I couldn't
you're
imagine it
only
here.
you're only making things worse by the
It's so
rioting
true.
and burning things down. You were literally like you're going. People were going around Minneapolis burning down like black-owned businesses. I'm like,
Why?
you are literally hurting yourself. You are hurting your own cause.
Yeah, it's like stealing from a Target or stealing from a Walmart, stuff like
Oh,
that. It's like, who do you think shops at only Walmarts and stuff like those poor neighborhoods?
Yeah, speaking of that Target, did you see the picture of like that one guy going out there with a Lego set?
I did not.
Yes,
No.
Really?
yes.
Like how do you say the counters, the checkout lane, like was a mess,
Uh-huh.
and you just one white guy, just I don't know, like seems like college age or something. He goes out with a like $100 Lego set,
I think I
wearing
think I
his
read
he
it.
was
I heard
carrying-
about
wearing
that.
his mask and all
Did he
that
pay?
stuff.
That would be hilarious if he paid. He goes
don't
in
know,
like,
Modix-
during the riot.
It was
He grabs
it
his
was a
Lego
no,
piece.
picture, so
Mo-
I know
Modix-
on the table.
Monix, I recommend you don't admit to your crimes on this podcast.
I haven't been traveling and I'm not in the US, so it wasn't me.
So is riots not a
Okay.
thing in Germany? Because we tend to have them here every once in a while.
No, I think violence isn't a thing that is being
Not
practiced
anymore.
here.
They sort of got all
That's
the
one way to put it.
I mean, you guys got all your revolutionary stuff out of the way in like the early 1900s, and now
It's
you've
like
been pretty
Norway.
chill.
You know, Norway was known for like Vikings and like, oh my god, they were like, in a way, I find Viking stuff interesting, so I'll say cool. But obviously, there's all the other stuff to it. So, but it's kind of like that where they got all their stuffs out early. And if you ever
Mhm.
speak to somebody from Norway, they are the sweetest, nicest people that you would never think that they have Viking heritage.
Yeah, same with Germany.
You would never think that they'd pillage anything
Exactly.
and
Would-
discover
Speaking of-
America.
A new Assassin's Creed game. Have you guys seen the trailer?
The
no.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen the trailer. I only know that one meme
Grump-
Odin is with us.
Grumple, I sent you a message last night. Every Resident Evil game is on sale on Steam right now. All of them. They're like $5 to $10 for
check.
each of them.
Well, I'll be quiet for a little bit.
I bet Steam is making tons of money right now.
Oh yeah. I
Probably like Amazon.
you know what's happening in like 2 weeks, right? The summer sale.
Oh yeah, right. I never care about the summer sale. I never buy it.
I buy games occasionally.
Because the
Like-
thing, like, I think before I bought Halo, the last game I bought on Steam was like 2 years before.
Bro, I've bought so many
why I
games
had, like,
in the past,
uh,
like months.
Yeah, Steam account, 2-3 years, just sitting there.
Yeah.
I game before this, and now I've got like 20, 30 more games.
Nice.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot of games that I bought most of the games that I want to play. There's a couple that I'm interested in, but
I bought you a couple games.
yeah, you did. I bought you
Getting
Mirror's Edge.
flashbacks from the beginning of the podcast where you guys said you were bad with money.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'm not
I
bad. I'm
forgot.
not bad enough to buy a monitor that's $200 more than it should be, though.
Ah.
And it should be.
Because-
are you
Why are
pointing
you
at me?
implying?
No, I'm saying that prices on Amazon right now are inflated. So if you're buying a brand new like monitor or something, you are getting scammed.
Oh, they actually have Sea of Thieves on Steam?
Yeah, Microsoft is moving stuff over
since
to
when?
Steam.
Oh,
Like
well, I
a
already
couple weeks
have
ago.
Sea of Thieves regularly,
Yeah.
so
Huh. If I ever get money, that's where I would get it then. I just didn't like. I want everything to be in
one place. Yeah.
That's what
all I
Steam is
want.
for.
I wish I didn't have to have 8 different launchers at once.
Yeah.
I don't really mind
Yeah.
it that much.
I don't mind
Actually-
having Steam and Origin.
Actually, I
Because-
have 9 if you count
Yeah.
Twitch for
Well, you can.
modded Minecraft.
What I've done is I've just set up I've set up so that you can open any game from Steam, because you can add non-Steam games to Steam, like in your
Okay.
library, and just add a button to it. So all you have to do is open up Steam, and then you hit the play button, and it'll automatically launch the exe. You don't have to go to the other launcher or anything.
And
How
the
do
issue
you
is
do
that-
this?
I don't know
Um,
why, but that reminds me of one issue. Like Origin, EA, the launcher. I
Mhm.
don't know why. It always signs me out at the end when I close it.
Epic
I
Games
always have
Launcher
to
does
sign
it to
in.
me.
because EA is terrible. EA sucks. EA ruined EA ruined
Yeah.
Star Wars Battlefront and the Battlefield series with one fell swoop.
EA Sports.
See, I just tested it to see if it still does that. Yeah, Epic Games still logs me out every time I
Yeah.
log in.
I don't
God
really
damn it, I need to drink something.
I don't really have any Epic games that I
Water.
play.
No,
Sweet
I got
tea,
Coke Zero.
aspartame.
Fanta.
Fanta, Fanta, don't you wanna Fanta, Fanta?
You're
There's
talking,
our outro
you're
for this
talking in
podcast.
commercials I've never heard of.
Mm-mm.
Commercials
You're
are a bit
talking-
different. Commercials
guys.
are a bit different in Germany. What?
So you know
Yeah.
how Epic Games has a free game each week?
What is it this week?
Ark.
I'm still not getting signing up for Epic Games Store, even if they had GTA.
They had
I still-
GTA. They
I
had
still want that game, but I'm not gonna sign into that fucking.
they had
site.
Civ 6. It automatically downloaded Fortnite when I downloaded the launcher.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Really?
Oh fuck!
All right, I'm buying Ark right
Yeah, I've
now
got
for
it.
$0.
Yay. We're all doing this during the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not.
Well, you're not a cool kid then.
There we go.
Modix.
I've got.
'Cause
I've
I've
got
only-
Hook.
I've only ever played Ark on a regular Xbox One, so I've never seen it with good graphics.
I'm not really that big of a fan of those type of games because I don't have the time to put into them.
It's a lot like Rust.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I like Tarkov, because Tarkov takes all the looter shooter thing from Rust and condenses it into like 40-minute runs. Whereas with Rust, you gotta basically set aside a week where you have 8 hours a day to play if you actually want to get stuff done on a server.
And then it's only on that server.
Yeah.
I was
Rust
actually
is-
in Modix position for a while where I didn't want to get into Epic Games. And
Yeah.
I personally hate creating accounts. Like that's just the thing that will stop me from doing anything. Like I don't know. Like I create an account. I
No,
don't
it's
want
not creating an account that pisses me off. It's just them.
it.
He just
Them.
doesn't like the creators of
Those
Fortnite.
people.
I mean, I'm saying like, if you like Fortnite, I'm fine with that.
Mhm.
But just be fine with me not wanting to be sort of part of that or related to that because I personally don't like it.
Yeah. It's
I just think it's odd that it automatically downloaded Fortnite.
yeah. I don't.
It
I
knows
don't like
what you
that.
want, Cooper. It knows what you want.
It
I-
doesn't.
I really don't
They
like
don't know
Fortnite.
quality.
Yeah. I just don't, because there's only a certain way. There's now like a meta to play it, and if you don't do that meta, then you can't win. You have to do the speed build meta in order to win Fortnite games.
I've seen my
That
brother,
is not
my little
true.
brother play that, and like how fucking fast he builds shit
Yeah.
there.
Well,
It's ridiculous.
well, here's the thing. I'm not gonna say that I'm like Shroud or someone like that who's like a god
Heard it
at
here. He's
FPS
just
games.
like Shroud.
But
Got it.
I said I'm not saying that I'm like that. But I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Cat is
pretty
PvP
decent.
god confirmed.
I am a
He's the
decent.
Legend 27.
I am decent at shooters. If you do not build in Fortnite, you don't stand a chance. Or if you can't speed build like that, you don't stand a chance.
I can't
Yep.
speed build, and I won a game like when I
Was it
streamed
solo?
when I had the Fortnite is bad stream.
Was it
No,
solos?
I was with two guys who were
Yeah.
really good, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is you've got to have people on your team, or if you're doing solos by yourself, know how to speed build and everything, or else you're not gonna. You have to be able to do that because it blocks the bullets and everything. It's just I don't like being restricted to that one type of gameplay style. I like the Tarkov where you can be sneaky. You can be sneaky breaky and have like a sniper rifle and just be hiding somewhere and wait
I think
for
we're gonna
someone to
have to
come
do
out.
a Fortnite stream with Cat and see what exactly he's talking about.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sure. When I get my hard
Oh.
drive.
That'll that'll make me the speed builder, which is weird.
Nice.
I'll try my best to like speed build.
It's
You gonna
easier
carry
to
us?
speed. It's easier to speed build with a controller.
Yeah,
in
I've
my
got
opinion.
one.
I play with a controller so that I don't have to learn the keybinds.
I grew up. I did not have a console until I was like 14, 15. Like an actual console, like with a proper controller. The Wii does not count. Until I was like 15. So
The Wii is something else.
I am awful at shooters with controller, but
Oh my god, same.
when it comes to PC, I'm clicking heads. I'm popping off in Valorant. I'm getting them kills in Tarkov. Because I've been trained from a ripe young age how to game
Yeah,
with mouse
wait
and
till you
keyboard.
play Fortnite with all that bullet drop.
Yeah, with Fortnite, I'll
It's
probably
like you're
end up
using
doing
a
a
bow.
controller. I don't like it. I don't like the physics. I don't like the gameplay. I like stuff like Battlefield and Call of Duty. I'm also not a fan of the multiplayer. I've been addicted to zombies. Call of Duty Zombies. I want to do a zombie stream because it's so much fun and it's been so long since I've played it. That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get
Minecraft.
Yes. Call of Duty
Call of
Zombies
Duty.
back in the day was a lot of fun.
Call of Duty Roblox stream?
No.
Didn't you have like 10 viewers on that Roblox stream?
I also had like 10 viewers last night on Valorant.
Okay.
Yeah, Valorant is doing quite good for you.
It
isn't
is.
You
I
have to
had-
say it like this: Valorant.
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 wait.
Like a professional.
damn.
Like you really mean it. Like it's
I
something
had
special.
nine.
That was
I had
really
9
French.
viewers playing Minecraft
GG.
after I got raided by Pickle.
Pickle's been doing pretty well. I was
He's
gonna
got
do
all- He's got all the gamer girls.
Hypixel today.
Oh, really?
Do some VR, do some Hypixel, do a whole bunch of stuff today. Yeah, I probably still will. I have an appointment at like 5 o'clock, so I'm gonna do a short stream, go to my appointment, and then come back and do a longer stream.
Okay, well,
tonight.
I'm gone from 6 to 9, but I'll be back after that.
69.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways,
I think
there's
should we end it here on
Yeah.
like the topic that sort of before the stream started it
yeah, we can do that.
because we
That sounds like a good idea.
All right.
Yeah.
Monix is getting sleepy because
no
Well,
I'm
This
not
was
getting
the Inefficient podcast.
yeah.
I was just
Didn't
thinking
we-
about that. We need an
Did we
actual
cover all
outro
the
now.
topics we had written
Mhm.
down?
Yeah, we did. We did cover
Okay,
it.
okay.
Even
Yeah.
extra. Like
I actually
Yeah.
lost
Went all
track. I actually lost track.
it was nice.
It's a good podcast.
It was a very
Yeah.
nice first podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Corona ranting about Epic Games.
Yeah.
For
Marxism.
an mission for next podcast, because we don't have like an outro set up or like a way to say bye other than
Bye.
exactly.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
I guess one thing we could do is probably everybody says their Twitch. I guess that's
I don't
Um,
stream.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Monix start
At least
streaming.
not yet.
You do
Yeah.
some Lego streams.
Yeah.
I've
Just
seen a
building
couple.
Nerf
seen a
versus Lego stream. Who will win?
something. I think the
Modix
answer is
versus
pretty
Modix.
easy. It's Lego.
Yeah, but that was a good stream.
Lego
So
speed building stream.
All right.
I'm the
Well-
guy that builds Lego sets in the commercials.
Yes. Build the helicopter.
Now, did you guys
That's
know
the
that
fun.
they're actually taking the set apart when they do that?
Yeah.
And then playing it in reverse?
Yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. Oh, I should do that when he's. I just film myself just for fun and like.
That's just
awesome.
It just reminds me of something I promised to Kat because like 2 months ago he asked me if I could record like building the actual helicopter from like 2006 because I actually have that set sitting around upstairs
Did you? Yeah.
and I never did it.
Helicopter stream? What?
No, the thing is actually built.
how-
It's still
How
incomplete.
big is Arc?
Yes. I think it's like
I'm pretty
20
sure it's
gigs
a
or
very-
something.
It's as
I was
big as
pretty
your
sure it was-
imagination.
That's not a lot.
Yeah. In that case, it'll fit on a floppy drive.
Yo, literally every DLC for it is free too. No, it isn't. Never mind. The season
Yeah.
passes aren't.
Don't lie to our listeners. What's wrong with
Yeah.
you, Cooper? God.
So, it'll
So
probably.
much for ending the podcast because I
Alright.
could technically go on a rant for like season passes now.
Well, you're gonna have to save that one
Yeah,
for the next one.
time.
Oh.
All right,
All right.
everyone.
Well, that was fun.
Next
And,
time,
I
trash
guess-
talking everything.
Thank you everybody for listening.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for being inefficient with us.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Bye, gamers.
and thank you everybody for this inefficient ending.
Yes. Bye.
At least on
All
the
right.
second
Bye-bye.
try.